From the hot topics in the entertainment world to what's buzzing on the internet, Jeff is ready for another edition of What's Buzzing. You got a new guest for us, Jeff.
A new face. Yeah, Hazel Payne, my friend from Vacaville. She is Miss Vacaville.
Hi.
Thank you for making the drive to Sacramento to talk to us and be a part of this.
Thank you for having me. This is an incredible experience.
It's great to have you, and we're going to talk about honesty because I think this is the perfect example of honesty. There was a Fresno man who was down on his luck. He came across a bag full of cash and he turned it into police, and he explains why he did that.
I'm trying to get my life together, you know, so I want them to be proud of me.
Is Joe Cornell. He is part of the Salvation Army rehab program. He's also a volunteer. Obviously doesn't have a lot of money, but there was this armored car that drove by on the street. He saw someone in a car yelling at the armored car saying, "Hey, you dropped something back there." The armored car continued to drive. He walked down the street to investigate, and he found a bag full of cash and checks, $125,000 in cash, and he calls police immediately. Doesn't take any money for himself, and still no reward.
No,
that's kind of wrong, right?
So incredible. When I heard about this story, I just didn't believe it. Just to think that he had nothing, and then here he was being completely honest and using his integrity to just turn it in and do the right thing. It's just absolutely incredible story. It gives me hope in the world.
But yeah, well, have you ever found anything and turned it into somebody? With me, I know I found a wallet and I turned it in. A few weeks ago, I found the keys to a brand new Dodge Charger.
Oh my God.
I could have driven to Tahoe, but I didn't. I turned it in. It feels good to turn it in. You told me that you had an experience babysitting once where someone wrote you a check for too much money.
I did. It was a very generous check. The father that I was babysitting for had a very good time on a Friday night and wrote me a very generous check, but I just knew it wasn't supposed to be that much. And so that next day I went back and I gave him back the check, and he wrote me a much more appropriate
more appropriate check. Yeah, he must have had a really good time that night.
Yes.
All right, well, the next thing I want to talk to you about is dating profile pictures. Guys always try to impress women with the picture. The profile picture is so important. Sometimes they'll hold money, sometimes they'll pose on a motorcycle, but look what these guys are doing. They are posing with tigers, and you can do this overseas. If you go to Indonesia or Malaysia or a lot of those places, you can spend 20, 40 bucks and you can pose with a tiger. But the thing is, this started off as pretty cool and women, I guess, liked it, but now it's a major turnoff, and some women are responding to this saying on their profiles, tiger pictures, men with tiger pictures need not apply. What do you think about that? Would that impress you, a guy holding onto a tiger?
You know, honestly, maybe I'm one of those weird girls that I think it's a great conversation piece. I think it's a great way to kind of break the ice.
You think so?
Maybe I'm just the only one out there.
But if you saw too many, if you saw 10 or 15 guys doing the same thing
yeah,
with
maybe
the tiger,
then it'd get a little old, but I love animals, so I think it'd be a great icebreaker.
Well, I want you to weigh in on this too. This was a viral video. It has millions of hits. It has to do with the Apple II computer. How old are you?
I'm 22, just 22.
Turned 22. I don't even know if you know what this is, the Apple II computer.
I didn't until I saw the video.
It was released in the early 80s. Okay, well, these kids are reacting to trying to use this computer.
Why does it have to make so much noise? And there's nothing on the screen.
Doesn't look anything like what we have now.
I used the Apple II computer in 3rd grade. We were playing the Oregon Trail on it. It was one of my favorite games, and it was so limiting, but at the time we thought it was the greatest thing ever. It could only really do math equations. You had to give it a command for everything. It didn't have the internet. It didn't have apps. It was just a black screen with green text. And it just shows how technology has changed. I want to actually show you something. Alana, can you bring this in for me? Because I want to know if you even know what this is.
What is this?
Okay, first, tell me what this is, because you told me you're 22. Do you even know what that is?
It looks like some sort of projector.
You got that right. It's a slide projector, and we used it to project images on the wall.
Oh, okay.
And then this right here, what is this?
This is definitely probably an early cell phone.
It was my cell phone.
No,
it was my cell phone from back in the day. And Dan, I never thought that I would become old, but right now I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Trust me, you got a lot more feelings ahead, pal.
Hazel, thank you so much.
No,
yeah,
thank you so
nice
much for
job,
having me.
Hazel. Way to go, Jeff.